Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. We're so sorry we're a bit late this morning. We had to do some shuffling and jiving and all that stuff. But Brittany's here with me this morning, and Brittany's going to put on like 14 hats and tell us about all kind of different things going on, and some of which is going on this weekend, some coming up at the Marquee, which is really, really fun and cool. And then we can always talk about what's going on over at Zip as well.
Okay.
Anything new and exciting. So our good friend Brittany Potter's here, and we thank you for coming in. You have any dad jokes for us this morning?
I don't fresh out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. She was not prepared this morning to be here. So we got to give her about 5 minutes to come up with some dad jokes.
Oh, maybe.
But no, so I asked Brittany to come on because you are the president of the Southern Hill, what is it?
Southern Hills Arts Council.
Thank you. I could not come up with it.
That's okay.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And you all have quite a bit of stuff coming up. Flower sale, you have until tomorrow.
Yes, Friday the 12th is the deadline. You can go to the Marquee. They're open today 12 to 5, tomorrow 12 to 5. And you can order, or there's a link on the Marquee and Shack Facebook page to where you can go and order those online, and it's super convenient.
Very convenient, and you're going to get these beautiful, beautiful flowers. It's a fundraiser for the Marquee. You're going to get beautiful flowers from Marvin's Gardens, which, I mean, is the premier place around here to get things. And for $5, you can have it all delivered to your house.
Yep. You can't beat that in this economy.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
That is the deal of the century.
You're saying it.
It's like win, 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 win for everybody.
Yep.
All the wins. All the wins.
All the wins.
Like win.
No
to
losses.
Infinity.
Yeah.
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 No losses. All wins. So, okay. So you have until tomorrow to order those flowers, and there's any number of ways you can do it. There's even a QR code that you can scan, and it'll come right up on your phone, the order form and all that stuff. So that's number one. Number two, open rail this weekend at the
Yep.
Marquee.
Yep. April 13th. And that
Thank you, Aiden.
that
Good
show, yeah, look at that. That man, he's quick.
He is. So here's the funny part about these guys.
Okay.
They look all like sweet and wholesome there, and they are to a degree,
Mhm.
but boy, are they rotten and ornery as well.
I mean, you can kind of
Look,
see it.
look how nice they look there.
Yeah.
Don't let them fool you. They are rotten.
Yeah.
Rotten. And we actually have a little bit of a video from the last time they were here that we'll show you here in just a little bit. But let's talk about the open rail concert this weekend. How do you get tickets? When is it? All that stuff.
I believe through today you can still get pre-sale tickets, which you do get at a discounted price of $15 a ticket, which is a great price because they put on a heck of a show. They always do such a great job.
So good.
Well, today's Thursday, so I guess you could probably pre-sale tomorrow too if you needed to. And then it is $17 at the door. Still,
Okay. Still a great
price
deal.
for a really good show.
Yes.
Doors open at 6:30 on Saturday.
Okay.
And the show starts at 7. So
All right. And if you have not seen these guys, they are unbelievable and so talented. And their stories are so funny because I think they started playing in somebody's living room, years
Mhm.
ago, and it just kind of evolved into this wonderful band that tours now all over the country and stuff. So we're so lucky to have them here locally and have them at the Marquee this weekend.
Yeah, they always bring a good crowd, and it's a show you definitely don't want to miss.
Absolutely. Plus, the Marquee is just such an amazing venue anyway.
It truly is. I love hearing people come in who maybe haven't been in Jackson for a long time for a show, and they talk about when they came when it was a movie theater,
Yep.
and it just kind of brings back a lot of good feelings for people. So I think that's pretty exciting in itself as well.
All of the things,
Mm-hmm.
all the stuff and things.
Yeah.
But no, the Marquee is something that our community should be so proud of, and we hope that you get out and support it because, if people don't, then, what do we do? Why do this beautiful facility if people don't enjoy it? That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
It really helps in the long run with kind of with outreach for art education for children. It helps us bring more shows and varieties of different kinds of art into the theater. So every time you purchase a ticket, you're really doing something good. You're keeping the lights on,
Mhm.
and you're keeping the music loud and
Yeah,
everybody
and
having a good
flowing.
time. So
And that's the whole thing. Like, running a facility like the Marquee, while, thanks to a lot of hard work and a lot of donations from local people and whatnot, it opened its doors with not a lot of debt, if none. But now, you got to keep having the place paid for and keeping it running are two
Mhm.
separate situations. So, it isn't free to keep the lights on and all and the heat and all of that stuff. And so your support is certainly needed. So open rail is okay this coming Saturday.
yeah,
And then what else do we have coming up?
actually, speaking strictly of just Marquee events,
Uh-huh.
a huge hit last year was Fleetwood to the Max.
Yes.
They're coming back.
What?
Yes, we could not get them back in there. So you can do pre-sale for that now. It is the show is in June. It's the end of June, June
Okay.
29th. But again, $20 pre-sale.
Get
And
your
I mean,
tickets now.
it was a live wire show. Like they were, I mean, the energy. I don't particularly like 80s music, or I'm not a huge fan.
Okay, you have one
Um,
character flaw.
But yeah, well, that's the one you know of. And I went with my mom because she loves it, and she just, I even enjoyed it, and it was just such a good show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And again, get your tickets now so that you can make sure that you get them, get the seats and stuff that you want
Mhm.
and all of that. And I think we'd be remiss in not mentioning that our good friend James Hamilton has a show in the lobby, right?
Yes.
In the gallery.
Through the end of April. You can come in and you can see James's show. It's great. It's a lot of great nature photography,
Yes.
birds. There's some cosplay photography. So it's really
It's
something
like
for
broad.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And come out, support him, maybe buy a piece of art.
Totally.
And so when you come to Open Rail on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to look at the gallery and also potentially purchase art should you want to.
See how I'm going to do this? You can kill two birds with one stone, pun intended, because he has a lot of bird pictures.
Yeah, it's a lot. But they're so good.
They are good.
They're so good.
Dude, I've never seen anyone that can literally stand like outside of his backyard and be able to take like these
Right.
insane pictures because we all know that James loves birds.
Mhm.
He's like bird boy.
Yeah.
And he just has this like connection where he is able to photograph them in some of the coolest ways.
Yeah.
So you can totally see that as well.
And you have to respect like how still you have to be, like especially if you don't have like a tripod or something.
Exactly.
Like I could never do that. There'd be
agreed.
3 birds in that picture. One bird, but just 3
'Cause
times. Yeah,
they're
I just
birds.
Be everywhere.
They go, oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, as it is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like when you're going, and the bird's going, it
it's just
makes
bunch
for a
of,
bad picture.
Yeah.
Lots
It's
of
crazy. And we also if we're gonna be doing little shout outs here,
Mm-hmm.
the lineup for the Marquee, the shows,
Mm-hmm.
and the gallery, Jules Stewart,
Mm-hmm.
like she, with the help of the board, but it's mainly her. We're just like, yeah, if that's what you want to do, that's a good idea.
Don't tell Jules no.
Jules knows what's going on
Mm-hmm.
and what the people want. So if you see Jules hanging around at the Marquee, thank her for the great lineup for the rest of the year, because
That's right.
it is going to be really good. We got Dwight Eisenhower coming back.
Heck yeah.
Those tickets are pre-sale right now, and they have like a VIP ticket.
I think that's what, 4th of July?
It's that weekend. I think
Yeah.
like maybe July 2nd.
Super
Don't
cool.
quote me on that. Don't quote me on the date, but it's definitely beginning of July. So,
Yeah.
but those tickets will sell out.
Oh.
They sell out every time. So definitely do
And
that.
fast.
And then we're bringing him back at the end of the year for another show where he impersonates Elton John.
Dwight Eisenhower does Elton John.
I mean, he does it all.
Hello.
I'm so excited to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Agreed.
But that'll be all the way in December, so there's no pre-sale for that yet. But
Okay.
we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted.
But no, Elvis will be entering the building and exiting the building,
Yes.
but not before a really, really good concert.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can get your tickets now.
Yes. They are. Yep.
Awesome.
You can get those online.
Yes, you can. Marquetickets.org.
There you go.
Very, very simple. So what else? So you are making your directing debut in a play coming up at the Marquee with Apple City Players. That is so exciting.
I'm pumped. I'm so glad that they're giving me this opportunity to do this.
How fun. It's gonna be hard work, you know.
I think so. Yeah, I'm hoping it is, because I think that's the only way that it's going to be good. So, it is a play by Ken Ludwig.
Okay.
We've done some of his stuff in the past. Specifically, the one I can think of that comes to mind is Moon Over Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a pretty good show. It was really funny. I had a lot of fun being in it as just some crotchety old lady. Really, you know,
really outside of character
delved
for you?
Yeah, just way. It was really hard. I had to like really get into character for that. But this one's called Leading Ladies.
Yes. What's it about? Leading ladies?
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna mention this real quick. We do have upcoming auditions.
Sorry.
They are May 6th and 7th. I believe that's a Monday and a Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the Marquee. We are looking for 3 women and 5 men. And it is a comedy. And it's kind of fast paced. But so if you're looking to break into the community theater scene,
Sure.
I think this would be a really good time to do that, because they've also got a really great lineup of shows and even a musical in the future.
Okay.
So if you want to kind of get in while the getting's easy,
heck yeah,
this would be a great time to audition for that and just get the experience.
Love that.
And I'd love to see you there. But the show is it's about 2 gentlemen actors who are doing like a circuit kind of thing in Pennsylvania, and they find out about an older woman who is on her way to being no longer living, and looking for her long lost, what they think is nephew. And so they come up with a scheme to try to get that money that comes with that by pretending to be, but then they find out it's way more than what they bargained for. Yeah. So there's some dresses in their future. Yeah.
Heard. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go too much further into that, but
gotcha.
Yeah.
So very funny.
I literally laughed out loud when I was reading the script.
Okay.
And that's not something I do. So
No.
yeah. But and then whoever ends up being in it, I know will work for a long time to make sure that translates on stage. We've got a lot of really funny people and really good actors, and we're always looking for more. So make sure you come out to the auditions on May 6th and 7th.
There you go. And help Brittany with her directorial debut.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Fun,
I
fun.
think so.
And you guys have a lot of really cool plays coming up, and the first musical
Mm-hmm.
in the works,
Yeah.
which is Little Shop of Horrors, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one to.
You will not find me in that unless it's like
No,
a
damn it, Janet.
I'm a background character maybe. Not much for singing on stage.
Are you gonna be the plant?
No, probably not. But they're working on that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be really exciting. Yeah.
So, there for a while they were selling those Venus flytraps at like is that what it's called? Isn't that what that plant is?
I mean, the one, yeah, you can get them
The
at like
giant one?
Walmart and Lowe's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I got one. I was so excited about it because someone was telling me they got one and it like does all this cool stuff, and I killed it in like 5 seconds. So poor thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I
good.
don't have a green thumb either.
Yeah, it just wasn't good.
I did watch one eat a fly once.
That would be kind of interesting.
It was interesting. It was not something I think I want to do again. And
Yeah.
it was really slow, so it kind of really. But still,
There
to
was,
know
like,
a
some
plant can like
suffering
do
and-
that on its own,
Yeah.
that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
the circle of life, Brittany.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm like I'm like a hospice for plants, like a gray thumb.
Yeah.
I kind of ease them into their
Into
They're forever beyond, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel you. Same. I can keep them alive long enough for them to suffer greatly
yeah.
for periods of time.
Yeah.
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 Before they meet their demise.
That's why I'd rather work the flower sale probably than
Then work the
you know,
flowers.
yeah,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel you.
rather deliver them than try to grow them because I'd be a really bad greenhouse. It'd be bad. We'll leave it to the professionals at Marvin's Gardens.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
you want to talk about professionals and people that know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
My goodness, they are. You get their plants and they're so healthy and happy. You can just
Mhm.
tell. You know, some of the, and I'm not knocking anybody, but like, you know, you go to the big box stores and whatever, and the things have been planted so long that they're all root bound and whatever. Not at Marvin's Gardens, man. Those things have been started just recently, and they grow them from scratch, and out they go, and they are in wonderful shape when you get them.
Oh yeah.
So you can trust in that for sure. But all right, is there anything else you wanted to tell us about? Since I drug you in here,
Zip. I can give you a
Yes.
zip update.
a zip printing
Yeah.
update.
So you'll see a new and probably very familiar face in
That's
zip
true.
printing. The newest zip printing manager is none other than very talented illustrator and artist Sean Langley.
Yes.
He's been training and he's doing a really great job. And he's ready to take your orders and help you how he can. And he's really great with customers.
Mhm.
Oh, he's got that customer service thing down.
He does.
And his creativity is unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely been a huge asset so far,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just keeping busy. We're doing all the things. Don't forget graduation's coming up. Look out for Zip and Total Media to be putting out some really good deals on yard signs and graduation banners.
That's awesome.
We try to do that every
Celebrate
year.
those kids.
Graduation's already so expensive. You gotta buy the cap and gown. You gotta buy the announcements and the invitations. So we try to keep that in mind when we price out our graduation signs and banners for the students and their families.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need invitations to graduation parties or announcements or anything like that, we can do that as well. And it can be fully customizable, and that's kind of what makes it great. Is what school are you going to? We can put that on a banner.
You know, and that's so cool. And then T-shirts and all
Oh, yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yep.
All of the things that
Yep.
you would need, down to napkins for graduation. Like, I mean, just like you guys, I even have where you can print out like the school on napkins and stuff, right?
Yeah, we can do. We've done JI napkins in the past. Wellston Rockets, Oak Hill. They're big O.
Super cool.
Variety of different colors. So we've definitely got you covered for graduation season, but you can never really do that early enough, but definitely watch out here soon, probably within the next couple weeks for our graduation package to roll out, so you can kind of see what all we have to offer.
Yeah, and take advantage of that because you're going to get great deals. You're going to get deals that you don't, normally get. Well,
Mhm.
not that you guys are super expensive or anything, because you're not. You certainly very competitive, but these are great package deals just for graduation because you know that the kids need to be celebrated.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
Make it special and make it about
About them.
each individual student.
Yeah.
Should that be what they want to do?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then that way the parents can embarrass the tar out of them too by putting
Oh,
signs in their yard,
that's-
which is so fun.
It's half the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mom, God, don't put that sign in my yard. Well, very good. Well, Brittany, thank you for stopping by and checking out what we are telling us what's going on at the Marquee and Zip and all of the other things. And we'll let you get back to work because I know
Yeah.
that you're very, very busy.
Yep.
And Josh came in to relieve you.
Cool.
Or you can stay too.
I've got shirts to heat press.
And if you come up with a dad joke, come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. So Josh, I asked him to stop by because there's something that you actually were unable to kind of go to this year, which sucks, is the Comic-Con thing, or
CinemaCon.
CinemaCon.
Yeah, I didn't get to go.
I know, bummer, because normally you come back with all kind of
Like,
scoop.
yeah, this is gonna be great. No, I made a decision this year to not go because today is my daughters Ella and Leah. Today is their 18th birthday.
Happy birthday, girls! Ah!
It's also my sister's birthday today.
Is
So
it?
yeah.
Your sister I got to meet the other day.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, and Angie.
It was
Yeah.
so funny because Josh said, if you see a girl that looks just like me, but with your
With your
hair,
Yeah.
you'll know. And she walked in. I'm like, yep.
Yep, that's her.
Yep. You guys
So-
even laugh alike.
Oh my gosh,
It's
yes.
so funny.
We inherited that from my father, I believe. So did you get a chance to talk about with the Marquee, when you guys were talking about Marquee, did you talk about open rail is this weekend?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
And actually, Hayden, if we have time, has a video of when they stopped by the last time.
Okay.
That we thought we could play a little bit of a part of it. But I asked you to come in because since in kind of honor of the CinemaCon, going on this weekend, even though you're not there.
I'm missing it.
Bummer.
I'm missing the things they're talking about. I know that they did a premiere of the new Fall Guy movie that's coming with Ryan Gosling and
The Fall Guy, really?
Yes.
How fun.
who is that? Trying to remember who else is in that, but it looks like it's going to be fantastic. But they did an early screening of it, so I missed it. And I've been trying to follow the news, a lot of releases of different trailers that are coming out. That's one of the things that's fun about being there is that. So I remember like Spider-Man, when Spider-Man came out, they showed us the trailer. And as soon as it was done, they released it online. So it's like you're the first person to see it and then they release it online.
Oh, that's so cool.
So those are the kind of things that it's really neat to learn about while you're there. Again, I'm missing it. Plus it's Vegas.
I mean, hello, it's Vegas.
Vegas is great. I like going there and, try to catch a show, but you're so busy in everything that's going on with CinemaCon
Yeah.
that you don't really get to enjoy all that's Vegas unless
It's not
you're
that-
like,
yeah.
okay, it's midnight, so let's go do something.
Let's go sightseeing now.
Which in Vegas you can totally do.
Of course.
But I really enjoy being there. Right now, as far as movies go, there are a couple that are coming up. I'm actually looking at danbury.com, which is
Okay.
a great place to see the movies that we have playing and also some of the movies that are coming up. I talked about Ghostbusters. So the new Ghostbusters
Yes.
movie is out right now. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So Ghostbusters holds a very special place in my heart because, well, first of all, just Ghostbusters when we were kids.
I mean, come on. It was part of our growing ups.
So again, you love the original Ghostbusters, and then when Afterlife,
Yeah.
the new Ghostbusters came out, it was at the same time we were opening Danbury. So it was like the
Yep.
first big movie that we had shown when we reopened Danbury. So again, it's kind of got a soft spot in my
Yeah,
heart.
for sure.
So when I heard this one was coming too, I'm like, oh, this is so good. And Cora and I, we've been trying to get out and see other movie theaters. So we've been
Sure.
doing some professional development, if you will,
Research and development.
which you do all the time with
Yeah.
breweries.
It's so hard when you have to go to restaurants and breweries and do research and development.
Yeah, it's
It
so
sucks.
hard, so hard. But the thing is, do they give you free stuff when you go?
Some do.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Depends on if we know the people or
Do
not.
you ever go to those places and try to go kind of incognito?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there's the places that you have, friends that you go there and you hang out with them and
Yeah.
they take you on a tour and, give you, breweries are notorious for, helping each other out and whatnot. But, yeah. And then there's other places where you're just like, I'm nobody. I'm just here checking things out.
So we've been trying to do that and, kind of get a feel for the experiences that people have in other areas too. So actually, just from the other day going to, we went down into Cincinnati-ish area. So while we were down there looking, it's like, okay, I really like that they do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or I really don't like that they do
Correct.
this. So it's neat. One of the things that we decided because of being there is actually I have today at Silver Screen, we're installing new arcade games.
Uh-huh.
We haven't had any there.
Gotcha.
So, but the arcade games thing is, pretty big. People they'll come in with their kids, or they might drop off their kids and they'll go play arcade games and then make their way into the movie.
Sure.
So we are bringing in, I don't even know what they are. I'll find out when they get brought in today. But we've got arcade games coming in.
That is so cool.
And I happened to be there the other night, and down again in Gallipolis, we have what was called the Ultimate Toppings Bar. Well, when I first got there, it was COVID.
Oh.
And so the last thing
Yeah.
you needed was,
No.
sharing popcorn toppings.
Yeah.
But they had some really kind of gross stuff. I mean, like Worcestershire sauce to put on your
Ew.
popcorn.
No.
And like strawberry syrup. They had all this really weird, and I think it was just, let's find bottles of stuff and shove it on a shelf, but nobody ever used it.
Yeah.
So I got rid of all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so it's not very ultimate anymore. Cora's always like, we got to stop calling it ultimate toppings because that's all gone.
Yeah, but who wants to pour strawberry syrup all over their popcorn and then eat it with your fingers and then
what do you do with,
Right.
That's
Then it's gonna be all over the seat.
it's wiping it all. Yeah.
That's a horrible idea.
So I was like, no, get rid of that. So we have all the different popcorn seasonings that are actually designed for that.
Yes.
And some of them are really cool. Like there's churro and white cheddar. Of course, everybody uses ranch. We even have like a pickle.
Oh yeah. Salt and vinegar. Do you have
Salt and vinegar. Yeah.
That'd be
So
good.
we have that kind of stuff. But while I was there the other day, I'm watching people struggle with the butter pump. I'm like, you know what? I got to do something about this. So I ordered a brand new push button, like the big fancy theaters
fancy one.
have. So that one's coming in. Should have that next week. So I almost drove to Cincinnati to pick it up.
Yeah.
Just so I thought this will be great because I'll have the video games there and I'll have new butter pumps and I can tell the world, hey, look at all these things that we're
Look at
doing.
how fancy we are. Yeah.
But we're trying to, again, bring things kind of a little more up to date.
Yeah.
And you're always dealing with changes. It's not fun to deal with plumbing issues and roofing issues and that stuff
boring.
sucks.
Yeah.
But anything you can do to make the experience better for your customers, we're always trying to do. Anyway, like I said, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, really holds a soft place in my heart.
So is that out right now?
That's out right now.
Okay.
It's actually probably on like week 3.
Okay.
Been very popular. That and Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire. So I don't really understand the whole like Godzilla Kong thing. That's never.
I don't know.
I did hear that there's not much dialogue. It's just,
Them going at it.
A gorilla and what is that? A dragon, I guess. I don't know.
What is Godzilla?
I have
A
no-
lizard?
what
I
is
don't know. Hayden, what is
what's
Godzilla?
Godzilla?
He's like, who's Godzilla?
So that's not stuff that I've ever really spent a lot of time watching. But and then we're getting into really some action movies,
Does
horror
that say
movies.
Monkey Man?
Monkey Man. Yeah, so
What
Monkey
is
Man.
that?
I'd love to tell you I know a lot about it. I really don't. An anonymous young man who ekes out a meager living in an underground fight club where night after night, wearing a gorilla mask, he is beaten
Oh.
bloody by more popular fighters for cash.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So again, you're getting into your more violent movies with something like Monkey Man. There's also, what is it? First Omen, I think, is another one we have right
Wait,
now.
is that an Omen movie?
Yes. So First Omen.
Okay.
Again.
You want to freak yourself out. Go back and watch The Omen.
Well, I had heard
it is terrifying.
Somebody said that First Omen is supposed to be like the scariest movie ever made.
Okay. Because The Omen will do you in.
Right. I don't know. I've never watched any of them. I'm not really a horror movie person anyway. Like, I gave up horror movies with the original, like, Friday the 13th stuff.
You know what it is? It's like Children of the Corn. You've got little kids being evil, and you're like, okay, this is freaking me out.
So I'm still admittedly, like, scared to death of birds. Like, and remember, we've talked about this before, that you guys used to have them in the old studio.
Yes.
Well, when you have I'm sure that you deal with this too. When you have a big building and a business, birds will find their way in.
They do. And bats sometimes.
Well, when you're the only one in the building and one decides to come at you at, say, 11:30 at night in the theater,
yeah,
that's really, really frightening.
Yes.
I've had a bird come at me in a stairwell. So birds completely.
So you've got some serious issues.
I'm telling you, it's between that and it's only happened like 2 or 3 times, but that's more times than it needs to. So to me, that goes back to thank you, Mom, for showing me Alfred Hitchcock and birds.
Yes.
And you're just afraid it's gonna. I mean, it's amazing how a little bird looks absolutely huge when it's flying, and it's not really coming for you. But it wants you to know it's
way
there.
more scared than you are, I'm
sure.
But
so kind of like watching the video of the person in Wellston that had the deer come through their house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
That's so crazy.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't see the video. I just saw the pictures.
Yeah, there's a video out there. It's pretty crazy.
And you have to like think about the poor deer, how scared it was, and then the family, which it didn't fare well, but it could have been way worse.
So things that, when it comes to like horror movies, things that could be real, that's the stuff that just scares me to death. So First Omen, yeah, again, if you're into horror movies, I know you're probably like, come on, Josh, you run a movie theater, you should know more.
The First Omen.
The First
I don't
Omen.
know about that. Yeah. I'm telling you, those Omen movies are. We watched something. And this was totally, I mean, this movie had to have been released 100 years ago because it was on Freevee.
Yes.
Whatever Freevee is the other day.
Yes.
I don't even know how I got Freevee on my television.
It just comes like, it's kind of like the 1970s where you got boxes of Tide in the mail. It's the same thing. It just comes on your TV.
Well, it was one of those Purge movies.
Yes.
And it was like The Purge Forever, The Purge Never Ends or something. And Jamie and I sat and watched that entire thing. And it was actually decent. And I'm like, this is embarrassing that this is holding my attention.
Oh my gosh. No, and anyway. I get that way too, where I'm trying to remember, I watched a movie the other day. Oh, I'm really enjoyed, and I didn't watch it in the theater. Oh, Free Guy.
What is that?
So it's the one where he's actually like a character in a game. So who is that? Not Ryan Reynolds. I can't remember, but he's in a game and it's a virtual reality thing.
Okay.
So it's not real, but like his character in the game, he's supposed to just be a background character.
Uh-huh.
Well, he like discovers what's happening and suddenly becomes
Like important.
yeah, but it's playing on TV now, and I mean, you can stream it. It was really pretty good.
It's like there's some movies out there that are like the best movies that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you know what's the new Vacation movie?
yes.
With Ed Helms and them. I think that is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life, and no one's ever seen it.
So Free Guy came out in 2001, and it is that's Ryan Reynolds.
Okay,
So again, I watched it the other day, and like,
pretty good.
boy, why did I not watch that in the
Right.
theater when I had it? I don't know, but no, it was really fun.
So what are some of the other movies that are out or coming up?
So right now, one that will be here, it just extended, and I know a lot of people have been coming in to see it. There it is, Someone Like You, which it's based on a novel, and I think the concept behind it is it's a Fathom Events tend to do movies that are maybe only in theaters for 2 days, 3 days.
Okay.
So with this one, it was only supposed to be in for 10 days, but the storyline behind it is like a guy has I don't know if it's his girlfriend or just a really close friend, whatever. And she dies in a car accident.
Okay.
Well, he finds out that she has like an adopted, she has a identical sister who had been adopted at birth. It's something to that effect. And then he goes and finds her. So there's another one of her. Yeah. So he goes and finds her.
Oh.
I think it sounds creepy.
It is kind of
I'm not going to lie. And I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really, really great. And if you've seen it,
a romance.
If you've seen it and I just completely trashed it and it has nothing to do with any of that, I'm sorry. Again, my mother-in-law went to see it. She said it was really good. So for me, just the entire premise of it just weirded me out a little bit.
I want to go find Someone Like You.
Maybe it's because I have twin daughters where it's this, guy falls in love with one sister, the sister dies, so then he goes and falls in love with the other one. I don't know.
And especially knowing how different your daughters are.
It's like freaky.
Yeah.
So anyway, that kind of, I don't know, the whole premise behind that bothered me a little bit. The movie that's coming out right now that I think has the most buzz, and it opens this weekend, is a movie called Civil War.
Okay.
Where it's like California and Texas secede, and so there's a civil war happening in the United States.
So it's not like a history thing.
No,
it's happening now.
Yeah, like a current civil war.
Oh, man.
Team of military embedded journalists as they race against time to reach D.C. before rebel factions descend upon the White House.
Oh.
Okay, so this one here, I was really kind of worried about it, quite honestly, because I'm like, does this mirror current politics way too much?
Yeah.
I talked to somebody who saw it, an advanced screening, and they said it's not in any way related to current politics. So, because you're thinking to yourself, well, I see Texas seceding from the Union, them in Florida any day now.
Right,
so,
or California.
Or California. So, to me, that just seems like it could be real.
Yeah.
But apparently whatever's
super
happening.
Far-fetched, hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully. Or at least far enough fetched that you're going, okay, that could happen, but it's not going to happen tomorrow.
Yes.
Because
we don't think.
No. Because that kind of stuff scares me. It's like, oh, that could be really, really
well, fiction is
or fact is stranger than fiction.
Much stranger than fiction. That's right.
So again, that one releases this weekend. It's strange because there are some things that are guaranteed. There's a movie out right now that opens this weekend. I know little to nothing about it other than, let me find it here. It comes out tomorrow. Arcadian. And let's just say it's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh. So
Nicolas Cage, it seems like every time we turn around, Nicolas Cage is in some new movie.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you what this is, in a near future, normal life on Earth has been decimated. Paul and his two sons, Thomas and Joseph, have been living a half-life, tranquility by day and Torment by Night. Doesn't that just sound like a Nicolas Cage movie?
Yes, because that's how he lives his life.
Right.
There's
So
always some torment.
you could pretty much guarantee that there will be a Nicolas Cage movie released once every 2 months.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be very well attended. It's usually so bad it's funny.
Yeah.
So there was the movie The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And it was Nicolas Cage stars as Nicolas Cage. And he's hired to like show up at some dude's birthday party.
I remember you telling me about this, but I never saw it.
I watched it and I sat there most of the time going, it's just not good. Pedro Pascal was in it. And Pedro was definitely the better part. But I got to the end. I probably only needed to sit for another 10 minutes and finish it. And I'm going,
I can't.
I've got crap to do. I just don't need to finish this. So there's nothing like, again, here I sit going, hey, we have a Nicolas Cage movie and it's probably going to suck. But people who love Nicolas Cage movies will probably love this one as well. No surprise. But so we have that one.
Leaving Las Vegas did not suck.
Yeah. I mean,
That was a
again,
good movie.
there's some really good stuff with Nicolas Cage, but he's just,
Not recently.
he just ends up doing so many movies that he's in so much stuff and they all seem exactly the same. It's kind of like sometimes it's like listening to music where you've listened to this group and it's like, I think it's the reason people don't like Nickelback. Every Nickelback song sounds like the last Nickelback
Sounds like
song.
Rockstar.
Yeah. So again, Arcadian. And then there's another one that I was asked about, again, based on a true story called The Long Game.
Okay.
And The Long Game is, I believe if I summarize it, it's like a couple of guys who were caddies. I think they were, let me look at it and see what it says. When JB Pena, so it's Hispanics, moves to a small town in Del Rio, Texas, to take over as the school district superintendent, his dream of joining the prestigious all-white Delroy Community Club is immediately squashed. However, soon he meets a group of high schoolers who happen to be caddies at the club, and then they decide to open like their own golf course.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's very much kind of an inspirational story. Let's see, based on Mustang Miracle.
So it's based on a true story. That's cool.
Which those movies tend to be really, really great anyway. I mean, I know.
Again,
my mother-in-law
fact is
asked me
much
about
more
it. Are you?
interesting than fiction?
Yeah. It was like, will you have this movie? I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out. So I called up and I had 2 or 3 people ask me, are you going to have that one? So that's something that people really do contact us and go, hey, will you have this movie? And many times I go, I don't know.
So you're kind of like me. It's like, with movies or food or beer or whatever, like, who are we to be so arrogant that we know what the customer wants? So we listen.
Yes.
So say something if you have a suggestion or whatever, because maybe you hadn't have heard of that movie before, but now you have it.
It appears, so I have a list that'll be this long of the movies that are opening. Well, when I look at that list to narrow it down, I go to what is the wide release?
Yeah.
And that might only be one movie. So this week it's Civil War. What is the next? In those we're guaranteed to get. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you'll have a movie, someone will ask you about it, and you're like, we can't get that movie because we either don't fit the demographic.
Okay.
Or they're only going to play it in 1,000 theaters or 600 theaters nationwide. If it's not playing in at least 3,000 theaters, we probably won't have it. That's the wide release portion. But if I find one and I can contact them and say, hey, we've had this movie, it was very similar, I think we would do well with this, then we can go, okay, great, and they'll let us have it.
That's awesome. So you just don't get the sale unless you ask.
Right. But if people don't come, then the next time you're not able to say, hey, let's compare it to this.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's the same thing with the restaurant. You might have a special that is something that you think is going to be fantastic.
Like so awesome. And then
the giant onion burger.
Dude, the fact that people thought that was real.
What'd you do? Just cut an onion in half and put it on a bun?
Yeah,
That was
Jamie
fun.
did. Yeah, I was.
Oh, that's great. So anyway, you
It was
have
our April Fool's joke that people took
Yes.
seriously.
But anyway, so when you have something like that and people want to see that movie, you've got to come, and you really need to go see it in its first week. It doesn't even have to be weekend, but if it doesn't do well, then it's going to go away really, really quickly. Other times you'll have a movie that does surprisingly well, or you'll have a movie like Dune was a great example. The Dune Part 2. Last day, I think, is today. It's been there 7 weeks.
Okay.
Well, it was our number 5 movie out of 10. And because it was our number 5, it's like you almost have to keep holding it.
Yeah.
So as much as we were going, okay, we need something new.
I've never gotten into the whole Dune thing, but everyone says those movies are very good.
I watched it. I went back and watched the first one. And then I was able to go in and see the second one and have some idea.
Yeah, don't watch the second one without the first
one.
Right,
no, don't do it. Yeah, and they say that Dune is actually, the story was very much an inspiration for Star Wars. The original,
okay.
Is that right?
It would make sense.
Like the original book was very influential in that. So, again, it's your sci-fi. It's really good. I mean, there was some really cool stuff. The effects themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of those movies where you need to see it on the big screen, and you need to see it on the biggest screen possible.
Yes.
When we had to, by the time it was our number 7 movie, it's on a screen no bigger than that wall, and so people are like, "Oh, why did I come to the movies? It's not nearly as big a screen." It's like, well, sorry, you came in week 7.
Yeah, come on opening
It moved, right. So if you want to see a movie and you really want to see it the best way possible, you want to come within the first 2 weeks. It's like anything else. But like I said, I'm waiting because CinemaCon is the time when they do talk about what are the upcoming releases. So now that CinemaCon is in its last day, by next week, I'll have some idea of, okay, I hear this is coming and it's going to be cool.
What was the movie that you would have gotten to see? You got to see Top Gun before anybody. You got to see Ghostbusters before
Fall Guy, I know for sure.
Fall Guy, okay.
Now, we had, sometimes you know ahead, sometimes you don't. Oh. Fall Guy's the only one I know for sure that they have premiered.
I mean, Top Gun was cool. Yeah. You got to see that before
we saw Top Gun. We saw the Ghostbusters Afterlife. We saw Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I loved it.
Really? Yeah. How cute.
We saw Bullet Train, which, again, it's not my thing. It was very good.
Yeah.
Just not my thing. I don't know. So I don't really know what I would have seen.
Okay.
Because it's like I didn't want to be disappointed and go, oh, I'm not going to get to go. I'm going to miss that.
I don't want to know what I missed.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I am right now. I don't want to know what I missed. Yeah. I'll find out afterwards and then go, okay.
Dang it.
I missed that. I'm excited. There's a new Beetlejuice movie coming.
I saw that.
So that'll be really cool. There's a ton of, it's all coming back to original people going back and reprising roles that they had before.
I saw this. This is not a movie, but I saw, because you grew up the same generation as me at the same time. Were you a 90210? And
oh,
Melrose
yeah, absolutely.
Place fan?
Yes.
So they are bringing back Melrose Place.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just saw it announced this morning. I don't know any of the details, but Jamie and they announced it this morning on TV, and we both went, what?
No way.
Oh my God.
Well, when they
I didn't get to hear any of the details.
When they redid 90210, I mean, by that point,
it was actually decent.
I didn't watch it, and I'm going, oh, that's the last thing I don't know. Maybe it's
actually decent.
Maybe it was by the time that happened, you've got teenage daughters and you're going, I don't even want to know what my teenage daughters are thinking these days.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that stuff.
And honestly, that was so long ago now that it's not even relevant probably, but
I know we're about out of time, but did you get a chance to talk about what we thought we were talking about today, which is the spring fling?
No,
Jackson?
and that was the whole point.
I know we're out of
So
time.
Cora
So
sent me some information on that, and I want to thank her for that because and our guest, unfortunately, where the testing got all messed up yesterday, they're having to do testing today.
yes,
So our guest could not be here on the show, but the Jackson City School bands are presenting the Spring Fling, and that is this coming Saturday at Jackson High School. At 4 p.m., the penny auction, silent auction, and the homemade chicken and noodle dinner
Mhm.
will start. At 5, the JHS Jazz Band will be there performing. At 6, the 6th grade band, 7th grade band, 8th grade band, and then I assume the mega band is everybody.
Yes, it's 5th grade through 12th grade.
That is
The mega
fun.
band.
There's live dessert and class basket auctions during the performances. And then Cora, thank you. Cora even sent me what the theme of all the baskets are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 6th grade basket is gift cards galore. The 7th grade is Jackson Ironman. The 8th grade basket is road trip themed. The 9th grade is a backyard barbecue theme. 10th grade, T Swift.
Yes.
11th grade gardening, and 12th grade is a lotto read.
The lottery.
How fun.
Yeah.
So all of that it will be this coming Saturday.
And at the same time, the Vinton County bands are also having their spring fling, which they call the Viking Band Extravaganza.
Yes.
So they'll be having theirs. I'm assuming it's at the high school. I'm not really seeing a lot of details here, but I do see a few more days is the big day. Here are a few more items that are available on Saturday. It looks like they've got 10 $5 off bowling certificates for Shawnee Lanes and Chillicothe.
Nice.
$20 Caleb Sports and Trophies gift certificates. Lake Hope Lodge. God, I love Lake Hope Lodge.
I know. So beautiful.
It's beautiful out there.
Man.
Um,
Any time of the year.
2 Vintage Ohio Wine Festival adult wine sampler tickets.
Wait, what is that? That sounds awesome.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'll have to look into that. And the Simply City Threads gift card. So they have lots of different things that'll be happening there. I see a Cane's basket of some kind.
Nice.
National Museum of the Great Lakes, Hocking Valley. Looks like they have Panera, Chipotle, Cubs games. So lots of different things will be happening there too. So if you're in Vinton County, unfortunately, they're probably both happening at the exact same time. And then the following week is the, what are they calling it? The Bandorama, and that's happening at Wellston.
There you go. All kind of great things.
So that's actually on the 27th. And I think maybe I'm gonna try to convince Katie King, the director at Wellston, to come in.
Yeah, please.
And get a chance to talk about it. It's the same exact idea. Quite honestly, well, here's the answer. If you know Spring Fling, it's been around for a long, long, long time. Sam Kugel is the band director at Vinton County.
Yes.
Who was the assistant band director at Jackson.
Yes.
So he took that concept and brought it there. Katie King is a Wellston alum, but she student taught at Jackson.
So
people are taking that idea, which is a great fundraiser.
It is.
And carrying it over. So again, those are events that are all happening this weekend.
Make sure you get out and support the kids. They work so hard. And this is a great fundraiser for them.
Yeah, absolutely. When you start thinking about, and I can tell you from my personal experience, I mean, people don't understand that the band boosters pay for the buses for Jackson band to go to football games.
Yeah.
Not the school. That's not Phil Howard. It's the band boosters. So they're out there selling things, raising money. And that's
so that these kids can
the kids can go do things. The number of, going on trips to Florida, which we've talked about, how cool it is for the kids to be doing those experiences. It's events like this Bandorama, whatever you want to call it, things that are happening in both Vinton County, Jackson, Wellston. And I'm sure that Oak Hill has something that we missed it. Mm-hmm. But everybody's doing some kind of event, and those funds help keep it so that those kids can keep going. And more than anything else, I'll tell you, if you go to a large school system, let's say that you were over, I don't know, if you were somewhere in Cincinnati at like Mason High School, which is like the largest school in the state, it costs about $2,500 per kid as pay to play.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah,
To
absolutely.
be in the band?
To be in the band. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. 100%. It's unbelievable. So, but they have such a large student population that, they'll have 250 kids that are
That
doing
seems
that.
incredibly unfair.
It's a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah. So it really is a situation where if you can't afford to do band, you're not in band.
That's sad.
And
Be
here
that way.
in our communities, if something happened and somebody called me and said, "Hey, Josh, I know this kid who really wants to be in band." And like, okay, what do they think they want to play? Tell them to go to the fittings. Somebody call me. I know enough people that I would put out a message and find them a horn. So sometimes I even have some stuff laying around that people give to me, and okay, it works. Here, hand that over. So all of your band directors do that. So it's the community support that helps keep those programs going.
Right.
I'm very passionate about this, by the way.
No, and you should be, and it's other programs as well.
Yes.
So again, these spring flings, all of the the baseball banquet, and all of the things that these kids are doing throughout the year, and the parents are doing
Yes.
throughout the year. They're not just going from business to business. I mean, they are some.
They are.
But they're also fundraising. They're doing
Yes.
things for you, like a chicken noodle dinner. So you get
Yes.
something in return for it.
That's, it's, so you've got all of that happening at the same time. You've got a concert, you've got a meal, you've got, gift baskets being raffled off. And our community businesses, we know this, get asked for a lot.
Yes.
I'm going to say this from personal experience, and hopefully you like what I'm saying. Maybe you don't do it this way either, but if you want a local business to give you a gift card or give you something, might I suggest you buy something and they can give you something with it? So for me, if you would like us to donate movie passes to something, there's a high possibility that somebody gave you $50 in cash to go do something. If you come in and buy a $50 gift card from me, it's really easy for me to give you 4 free movie passes. So we try, I think about that with local businesses.
No, it's true. Don't. My favorite is, I've never been in here
Never been in here before.
Wow,
Yes.
this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Can I get a $50 gift card for the local, and
If you haven't, just don't say that. Just pretend like you have been.
Yeah, I had that happen to me once.
Yeah.
Where it's, where's your restroom? I've never been in here before. Oh, I don't really like going to the movies.
Can I have some money?
Can I have, yeah. Don't support the businesses that you are asking to donate to causes in your community.
Yeah. And
Please.
that's not us being whiny. It's just
No,
practical.
it's just
it's
just the
facts.
polite thing to
Yeah,
do.
it's polite. It's being a good
Yes.
human.
If you look at me and say, "Hey, I'm doing so and so event and helping," absolutely. Same thing with me. By the way, while I'm here eating a meal for the 3rd time this
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
So,
Yes, no, I agree. But
so,
well,
all right.
cool. Well, Josh, thank you for hanging out with us this morning.
I didn't mean to run us 10 minutes over.
Oh no, you're fine because we were 10 minutes late starting.
Okay,
so
good.
We just got to get Hayden back to school. I know he's super excited to
Yep.
do so. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll have some news for you tomorrow. Hopefully it's good news and not all bad.
Right.
And we will see you then. Weather, very, very crazy today. Lots of rain in the forecast. Kind of some of afternoon storms, perhaps a little severe. Don't know what it is with Thursdays and these storms, but be careful.
Sunday, 70s?
Yeah.
78?
Next week, going to be great. So just get through today and the weekend will be good.
Time to bust out the shorts and Birkenstocks, baby. I'm ready.
Heck yeah,
Woo!
let's do it. And the fake tanner, because none of us want to see your pale leg. So we'll see you right back here tomorrow with some news. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.